Hello again, crafters. Today we are taking a look at Mark chapter 9 and how Jesus tells us that the least shall be greatest, the last shall be first. And we're focusing on the importance of humility. That it's not always about being competitive or being the best, but putting others first and being a servant, just as Jesus was. So our crafts are going to hone in on those principles. The first one we're going to make is a little trophy, and it's going to be a last place trophy to remember that the last shall be first, and that it's not always about getting the trophy. So we're going to start actually with our caption plate, and then we'll do the trophy itself. So I'm going to decorate this little plaque, as it were, to be my trophy accompaniment. And we'll say this is the last place trophy. And you can make this as glamorous and done up, of course, as you prefer. And we'll remember that the least will be greatest. And that it's important to serve one another. And you can also jazz this up a little more. You can consider some ways that you can serve others and list them down here. Let someone else go first in line, do someone's chores, things like that. If you so choose. We're going to now decorate my trophy, and we can decorate this part as well. I'm going to throw on a couple of fun little stickers here, and there we go. And now we're going to decorate. I've got two cups here, and I'm going to be putting these this way. I'm going to put them bottom to bottom to create the trophy. So first, we'll throw on some decorations and stickers. You can use some jewels if you have jewels or whatever, just to make this fun. You can also write directly on the trophy itself if you want to. Again, totally up to you, whatever you want to do. But we're going to do the very basic version here, so that you are not sitting around watching me decorate a cup all day. But we'll throw on a couple more fun stickers. And now I'll show you how to put these together, which can be a little bit tricky, but hopefully not too bad. So I'm going to start, of course, by lining up, like I said, those bottoms to bottoms. I'm going to throw a piece of tape around it. I'm going to use regular Scotch tape. If I wanted this to be really secure, I would suggest duct tape or maybe packing tape or hot glue. But I'm going to reinforce it with one more piece of my decoration, which I'll show you momentarily. So I'm just going to do a little bit of tape to kind of hold them together somewhat, even though I'm not completely relying on that piece of tape itself. Now I'm going to add my trophy handle. So I'm going to, for this element, use pipe cleaners, and I'm going to poke a pipe cleaner through each of those cups, and this is going to kind of help to secure it together. Now, if you really want to get fancy, you can also poke it through the bottom and top and link them completely, or you can just kind of nestle that pipe cleaner on the other side so that we know it's not going anywhere. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side try to line it up pretty closely so that they're about even. And then, if you want to make this even more fun, you can add some extra. You can throw in some like candy or prizes or something inside of here. You make it be a holder for something, or you can turn it into like a pencil holder or something fun like that. Or you can just have your fun, lovely, decorative last place trophy. So those will go together to remember what this is and why it is. Or if you don't want the extra paper, you can write it directly on here or use bigger cups. Lots of options, but that's the basic idea for craft number 1. Craft number 2, we are also going to need to start with our caption. And in this case, our caption is going to be kind of a backdrop. And this is kind of a very simple but very fun craft. We're going to create a catapult. The idea here is that God lifts us up, and when we don't think highly of ourselves and put ourselves low, then He brings us up. It's kind of the idea, and it's a good excuse to make a catapult. So we're going to start again with our caption here. I'm going to throw on, well actually, I'll start with my writing so I can know why I have this random catapult. And we're going to again say, actually we'll say, want to be great. Don't think too much of yourself. And then we'll say down here, I'm going to make this the launching catapult. And we'll say God lifts you up from low to high, something like that. And then we'll say at least use our quote again, shall be greatest. If you don't have great handwriting, I don't have great handwriting, you can type this out as well, but the idea is there. Now, here's the fun part. We're going to have our catapult, and I've just got regular plastic spoons here. Kind of a poor choice to make them clear, but you can, of course, use whatever spoons you've got or whatever spoons you like. And I'm going to add some decorations onto my spoons, as well as my caption paper. And then I'll be ready for takeoff, quite literally. So this is the part that's simple, but very fun. And hopefully parents at home will not be angry at you for teaching their, not really weapons, they're just for fun, but they can get messy. So we've got my spoons, my caption plate here, and the way this works is that you place an item on one end of the spoon, and you're going to place that on the lower end. With this one, interestingly enough, I have a cross sticker to remember that Jesus made himself nothing, but you know, that's just actually there. Now, place my item on the low end, but it's not going to stay low now, is it? Because when I press on the other end of the spoon, the pom-pom goes flying. Maybe you didn't quite catch that on camera, but pom-pom on end of spoon. You could also use a small marshmallow or really anything that's not going to be painful if it hits someone. And now it goes flying. You can also, of course, do the old slingshot method where you fling this back and it goes forward. But that's not quite the same effect as being low made high, which is what we're going to go for based on the verse context. So options for your catapult slingshot, which is going to launch you into greatness. And we have that. We have our last place trophy. We have a couple of simple, but hopefully fun, memorable, and meaningful crafts to remember that the last shall be first, the least shall be greatest. We can be lifted when we humble ourselves. So have fun, take it, make it your own, run with it, make some crafts, make some disciples. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time.